not bringing nobody else in, right?
Nah.
Okay.
We alive. What is up, Joe? How are you, man?
Good, good, good. Just here, hanging, waiting for sports to come back, like everybody else, waiting in the world to come back.
Yeah, it might be a while. But hey, we're here. And in the meantime, we're going to entertain ourselves. So, yeah, it's been a interesting couple. It's just been interesting. It looks like we had over 1,000 people pass away today in the United States. That's very sad.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I was looking at that's the highest number, right?
yeah,
Oh, God.
sure is, man. So I mean, this thing hasn't gotten any
So
better. So hopefully we can turn the corner here soon because we got to. I mean, I don't know what possibly we're even going to be doing here because I mean, people were not going to work
yeah,
and I don't know the economy is to a grinding halt.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm looking at the numbers here on the online too, where I guess also the president went on yesterday and said it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Mm.
So I mean, who knows? What are they expecting? Like 100? I mean, who even knows at this point? Like, but he said 100,000 deaths, or I don't know. It's just,
Yeah, you just never know, man.
um,
Hey, I just want to
I
say,
mean,
I want to shout out to
like I
everybody out
said,
there.
you just got to wait it out. That's all you can do.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I just want to shout out to everybody watching this on YouTube. Let us know what you guys are doing tonight. You guys watching Netflix? You watching? I've been watching a little bit of this goat sim action on Madden on Twitch. It's pretty interesting. I didn't bet this game, but it did look fun. I wish I would have. It was the Bears greatest of all time versus the Lions greatest of all time, and currently at the end of the first quarter, we have the Bears winning 3-0. So, interesting. And the next game coming up is the Texans taking on the Titans. Titans are laying 3.5 in that game, and of course, I want to take the Texans. But I mean, the Titans' all-time best players. I mean, you're talking about Warren Moon, Earl Campbell, Eddie George, Webster Slaughter. All those guys. So it might be kind of hard to back the Texans here. But I don't know. They got Andre Johnson, Deshaun Watson,
Well,
DeAndre Hopkins. So J.J. Watt.
yeah.
So what do you think, man?
I don't know, man. That's a good. You make a good call with all the like I said, the older guys, the kind of OGs there. So I mean, I would probably go with that just for, like I said, it's all for fun. I mean, not putting serious money. I mean, just basically some entertainment, right?
Sure,
I
it's
mean, that's
exactly
what I
what
look
it
at it.
is.
I mean, can't do anything about that. Yeah, I'd go with the old school players. Give me the yeah. Let's give me the Oilers. Old
So,
Oilers.
the old Oilers. So,
Yeah,
yeah, as far as entertainment, man, one episode away from finishing
do it.
Tiger King,
Book it.
and
No, I'm not. I'm not. You've been watching that?
yeah, I mean everyone else has been talking about it, so I had to jump on board. So it's actually pretty entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, it's been entertaining. And then I'm also in the middle of watching Narcos Mexico. What have you been doing to pass your time?
Oh man, I've seen. I refuse to watch Tiger King just because everybody's watching it, and so I refuse to watch it. I got plenty of stuff to do. Just watching old sports, going on YouTube. Basically a lot of YouTube. Watching
Hmm.
a lot of MLB programming on YouTube, NFL films. I already seen Narcos Mexico. Like I've seen that series twice.
Oh,
So
really?
without subtitle, yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
series. The
Here's a
whole
question for
Mexico
you:
where they're with the Mexican cartel, Guadalajara cartel. I mean,
is the
it,
Spanish in that
yeah,
show is it legit Spanish or is it way off like from what the
yep,
subtitles say?
yep. Yeah, the main actor that plays Felix,
Uh huh.
which I remember, I forget his name was Luna, or he's a Mexican actor, so he got down the accent for the Guadalajara, area
Uh
down
huh.
to a T. He got it pretty good. I mean, and, well, he's originally actually from Sinaloa, which that's the accent he's using,
Right.
because that's where some of our relatives are from. So the accent's there. I mean, yeah, he does make the thing, and then the way that people talk. I mean, as like I said, I've seen it twice. It's that good without subtitles. I like it. I mean, the subtitles are playing, but I just listen to what you're saying. It's just
Sure. Sure.
a lot better. Really cool.
Well, I don't have that
But yeah,
luxury. I have to read. I have to
definitely
read along.
authentic. Yeah, I mean, which is fine still, but I mean, it's really authentic, really good. I mean, some good bloody scenes. I mean, it's a good show. I mean, it's a good series. But you haven't finished it yet? Not yet.
No, I'm on episode 3 of season 2. So, I
Oh,
watched
okay. So
season
I don't
1.
want to
Season
refer
2
you.
is good, man.
Yeah,
It looks like America wants a little bit of revenge. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm learning all about that. And then I've also been watching not Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. And then The Walking Dead. I watched that stuff. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
better
catching
call.
up on all the TV shows, man.
That's all you can do. I mean, I've been doing that, playing some, computer games here and there. I mean, really, like I said, just the same old thing. It's just, start eating a little bit healthier. I'm gonna I will try to do this. I'm gonna make it a point to lose some weight because again, why not? You're inside here,
Yep.
eat healthier. Don't have to eat no junk food. I'm not, like I said, we're pretty much just hunkering down for the next 30 days. We have food for like 2 months stocked up, so we're good, out here in the
Yeah.
high desert, so we're not going nowhere. And so yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
look who
so
the cat
just
drug in.
good old vegetables, some beans, rice,
What's up,
but
Philly?
How are you, sir?
What's going on?
Not much. Just
what's up, Philly?
not much. Just working on my fucking house. You know those moments in time where you always tell your significant other, like, yeah, when I got time, I'll do it, but it
Yeah.
like never happens because you never have time.
Yeah, and you always know you'll never have time, so you don't have to worry about it.
Correct. So she gives me literally no shit about anything ever, about any. I do go, but I know that in this time where I got nothing going on, if I don't do some of this shit, I'll hear about it.
Right.
That's
Well,
what I'm doing.
yeah, I'm the same way, man. There, I'll hear about it no matter what. So I mean, if I do it or if I don't do it, but yeah, I mean, we really have no excuse at this point, right? So you
Exactly.
you got to get it done. So
And each sport that kept falling off, like I'm like, oh, there's still this, there's still that, there's still no. Now I'm down to fucking like cornhole. So
yeah, and it's hard to cap cornhole. Anyway, yeah, so we were going over what Netflix shows we've been watching lately, but
oh,
and then
okay.
another good thing
Yeah.
is it looks like we got the Michael Jordan documentary coming out here soon.
Oh, yeah.
that'll be fun to watch.
They're releasing it early. I heard a few days or a little bit earlier than normal.
April 9th, April 19th or something.
But then they're only doing it like here's one episode, and then like a week or two later they'll give you the next one.
Okay.
They're really gonna drag it out, I think. So
Well, I hope it's worth the hype. I imagine it's got to be pretty good, but they're making this out to be like it's going to be a special thing.
well, what are they really talking about here? Are they just talking about the last series, the finals, or is it the last season?
Oh, I thought it was kind of going through his whole journey to getting to like what he became.
Oh, okay. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
And apparently a lot of the shenanigans that happened behind the scenes, like, there was a part I saw where they were interviewing Rodman,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, we were like the fucking Beatles, everywhere we went, we were like a rock. So I think it was going to talk about like a lot of just the crap that went on behind the scenes that you didn't see.
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking. It's called The Last Dance. 10-part documentary series with the. Yeah, that's gonna have to include all of the dynasty. All the years they won. I mean, it has to be just to kind of fill 10 shows. It's a 10-part series.
Yeah.
So that should be really good. I mean, I'm looking forward to that one.
For sure.
Yeah, I just hope they don't drag it out and where it's like stuff we already kind of know. Because the thing is, how much footage can they possibly have that we don't already know about?
Yeah.
I know they're going to be interviewing people current day, as a recollection kind of thing. But I mean, we all know how Michael Jordan kicked Steve Kerr's ass on the court and all that stuff. That'd be fun. They're going to have to go over that. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to it just because there ain't nothing else going on. Unless you're betting this Madden Sims shit. And I'm telling you, Philly, that shit's fun to watch. I don't know if you're betting on any of it, but it's fun.
I haven't bet on it. They're actually playing simulation games like on the channel that I would normally watch, like a Sixers game.
Mm-hmm.
Every night they're having like, tonight's the Sixers Timberwolves simulation. I'm like, this is unbelievable. But one of the guys in the Discord earlier when I was in there for a minute, I forgot who it was. He was like, whatever thing he's betting simulation wise, he knows the game the night before, and he's simulating the game 100 times. He was saying,
Yeah,
and he was getting a result. I'm like, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, but I wonder if that helps. Like, cause okay, so you might get like 65, 35. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I don't know how successful it was, but I mean, I'm like, that's at least he's putting some sort of like science behind it, not just being like, oh, I'll take the Ravens.
I was watching before we went on live here. I was watching the Bears versus the Lions, and Matt Stafford goes back to pass and hits like Ebron in the chest, and then he gets hit, and the ball bounces out, hits Ebron's leg as he's going down to the ground, and then somebody from the Bears picks it off, and I'm like, oh my god, if I had the Lions, I'd be so pissed off right now that even happened.
Did it look legit at least? I mean, was it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. I mean, those video games look good, man.
Well, I would say about 15 years ago, I used to be pretty heavily into playing video games. Like as far as sporting games, I had all the Maddens and all, and I would just find myself like, it'd be like fucking 3 a.m. I'd be like, where the hell did night go?
Right.
So I kind of was like, I got to get away from this shit, but there'd be more. I would love to have it now. I haven't played games in a long time.
I haven't either. Now I know Joe, you're talking about you play games, right? What are you playing?
Yeah, I play PlayStation. I'll play like Madden. I've been playing the show. What else? Of course, Fortnite. I'll get in there and jump in and do some shooting.
Fortnite,
Call of Duty, Warzone. I'll be playing it. It kills time, kills a couple hours, So, I mean, because
I don't blame you.
can only
I really don't blame you.
I
I love it. It's just too time consuming. I find myself doing nothing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard for me to do it because I feel like if I did it, I'd be judged by the overlord. But so that's why I don't do it. So I'm sure I would have fun.
The overlord. Oh Jesus. Well, I get it. I mean, it's not all that productive half the time. Although it is a release, and I still have my original Nintendo, but that doesn't really, playing fucking Donkey Kong or whatever isn't really up to speed.
Hey, the original Nintendo is the shit, and for whatever reason, mine doesn't work anymore.
That's crazy.
And I would love to be able to get it, man, because I like Tecmo Bowl. I'm sure you guys played that.
Yeah.
They actually came up with an updated version of this game, and I got so I have the Texans on Tecmo Bowl.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
JJ Watt's on there. All that stuff. So it's like that was a lot of fun playing that for a while. So
Tecmo Bowl was the one where like Bo Jackson, you couldn't stop him, right?
Couldn't stop him.
Right.
Yeah. And then there's also a hack here. If you on Tecmo Bowl, if you would have played with the 49ers, which were a great team, right? You got Joe Montana, Steve Young, a backup, Jerry Rice. If you took Roger Craig out of the starting lineup and you put Jerry Rice at running back, it was just like having Bo Jackson back there. So something to
That's
think
pretty
about
funny.
something to think about if you decide to get into back into Tecmo Bowl.
I still have Blades of Steel. That was a fun game.
Oh yeah. Looks like we lost Joe.
Did we?
Yeah.
He wasn't adding much anyway.
I think he's having internet connections problems, to be honest with you.
That's all good.
So, what else has been going on, man?
Nothing really. I mean, honestly, I'm trying to do everything I can to not feel like a fucking just bum, basically.
Yeah.
Trying to stay productive.
How's that going for you?
As well as possible. I mean, my wife works she'll probably work the next 4 nights, and then when she's home, I'm just spending some time with her and just trying to be normal, have somebody to talk to.
Sure.
Trying to do some in-home workouts, which it ain't the same because I don't have the same setup as the gym. That drives me nuts. But just I don't know, try not to eat a lot of bullshit. Like trying to just be not a pig, not a fucking I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I'm going to start working out. So tomorrow's the day. I'm going to get my ass up and I'm going to go hit a little Dude, I got no excuse, bro. I got all the gym equipment. I got a fucking Peloton. I got weights. I got all the. You can't. I got it all.
Right.
But I don't fucking do a thing. I got a treadmill in the house. And I don't fucking touch it. I got to get into it, man. It's time.
Well, I mean, I can relate to that in the sense I had all the stuff myself. but I found that when I just had to kind of go downstairs into my room and work out, I had no motivation. I didn't want to really do it. But when I would get my ass in the car and drive the 15 minutes to the gym, I'm like, once I got there, I was like, I don't know, it was just an atmosphere change. It was seeing everybody else. Like it kept me going. I always said, as long as there's a gym, I'll always want to do it. And since I've been home, I've been working out, but like I said to my wife earlier, I'm like, these workouts are just like, I'm pathetic. I don't want to do anything. I'm grabbing like dumbbells. I'm like, fuck it. So she's like, you've been disciplined for I've been working out. I joined the gym when I was 23, 22 or 23. And I've been doing that 4 days a week, every single week. I mean, through holidays and everything since that time. And now I haven't done it much. I mean, I've done it, but not the same way for 2 weeks or so now. And it's driving me nuts.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's just time to.
You should.
Yeah.
You should do it though.
Fuck yeah, man. I mean, I'm gonna struggle. I'm gonna struggle tomorrow.
That's okay.
But it's all just even if it's like going up and down the steps and doing some push-ups and doing
absolutely.
Eventually it's gonna get better and better and better. I think the issue that I have now, and I used to be a pretty good athlete, obviously back in my old days, but Uncle Rico days. But like when I was playing for state. But
yeah.
The thing is like, nowadays, man, I get out of bed, I'm sore as fuck, and then if I do go do anything exercise wise, then I'm exhausted, and then I don't want to do shit for the next 2 or 3 days, and I get right back in that routine.
Sure.
I gotta push through that and make this thing more of a routine and a lifestyle change.
Yeah, that's right. And they say it takes sometimes a couple of months for that to happen, like where it becomes like, part of your thing. But I kind of look at it like brushing my teeth, like well, obviously you brush your teeth more than 4 days a week. But my point is when it's part of my routine, like I feel like on the days that I go to the gym, if I don't go, it really fucks with my rest of my day. I feel like I missed something, like something ain't right.
Right.
But I mean, listen, it is what it is. It's not easy. It's not necessarily the most fun thing in the world, but all the hard work that I put into it, I just don't want to see it revert. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be like one day just over a 2-month stretch because they shut the world down. All of a sudden I just went to fucking shit after all these years of working my ass off, which
you start happened like me all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I mailed it in 20 years ago, but
well, everybody's life's different. You had kids and shit. You have kids. You have a wife. I mean, I don't have any of that. I don't really have an excuse, I guess. But even if I had them, I'd like to believe I'd keep it as part of my routine.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Well, yeah. So, hey, you've been getting on any more table tennis, or is that it? No more of that?
I did it a couple days ago. I tried another thing where I was basically what I was doing is, and this does obviously make sense, I'm sure, like you would look at whoever the favorite was at pregame, and if they were like a pretty heavy favorite, I would wait for them to get to the underdog essentially, and then I'd bet them then.
Okay.
But you didn't always get those spots. I mean, I would do it if the spot came up. There was many matches where I was waiting for it to happen and it just never did. But that also kept me. But it like that table tennis thing. It worked for a while, and then I hit a string of some losses, and I ended up being ahead where I stopped. But I don't think that strategy necessarily. I don't know how long term it would work.
Sure,
it worked for at least a short term anyway.
Yeah, there's no doubt, man. So Ace Stardom was on here just dishing out winners left and right on the horse game.
On the horses, yeah.
Yeah, and
nice.
Then I mean, it's just nothing going on now. Belarus, I guess that country, they're like, fuck it, we're gonna go play sports no matter what. We don't care about no damn coronavirus. And I mean, so maybe I got to start looking into that, and because they got hockey and soccer over there, I think. So
I was just was reading this thing. My girl's a nurse, so like I was just talking to her about some of the shit that's going on. And do you remember like back in like December, January when there was like a lot of people getting sick then, like kind of deathly sick almost? I don't know if you recall. Maybe it didn't happen to you, but it was like a flu. Everybody thought it was the flu going around. There were some people that I had friends of mine that were like, they were out of work for like 10 days. They had aches, all kinds of shit. Well,
I remember you were even sick too for a while.
Yeah, I didn't get to that point, but my wife got pretty ill.
Okay.
And there's just a thing coming around now that's saying that it's possible that this has been around since then. And if you suffered any of those symptoms, because what they were saying was you would go get a flu test, it would come back
negative.
You didn't have the flu, and they would say you have an upper respiratory infection, is what they were saying.
Right.
And that's essentially what happened to her. And she's like, man, I wonder if maybe I actually had the fucking coronavirus. And I'm like, it wouldn't even surprise me, which maybe in a weird way is a good thing if she had it and got rid of it, because now getting, being first level in front of that shit, I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy, man.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Here's the one thing. Were a lot of those people dying back then?
I don't know. I mean, maybe if they were, maybe they weren't really reporting it.
Right.
I mean,
it's definitely out there now. You know, it'd probably be hard to find those kind of stats, but yeah, you can't go if you want coronavirus stats. I mean, I got them for you, man. They're easy to find now. So
sure.
But back then, getting upper respiratory stats were probably a very difficult thing to find, and not that we were probably even interested in back then as well.
Yeah.
So
I know there was a dude at my work that I know from a while back that he what do you call it? He's like 63 years old, and he was fucking. It looked like he was dying. I mean, literally, like it. And he used vacation time earlier in his year. He was saying, and he didn't have any time left, so he like came to work fucked and sick. And I think back to how deathly ill he was, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Something's wrong with him. Like, I really feel like maybe he had it, because it was all of that the cough and the shakes and the body aches, and everyone was like, why won't they send this motherfucker home? Stupid.
So maybe that's what it was, man. I mean,
it could have been. Who knows, dude?
Like, so they tested me. I was sick for 2 weeks, and but they said they tested. I mean, they put that shit all up in my nose and my mouth, and that sucked. But they said I had that influenza B. But man, I'm telling you, I was rough there for 2 weeks, and I would hate to even think that it could get worse than that. So,
but you tested positive for the flu, though. You had right. Whereas these people weren't even testing positive for that. So who knows, man? I mean, they're talking about it could come back again in September as a new strain, and I don't think this is ending anytime soon. This is going to end up into the summer months.
Probably. And I hate that.
I mean, I hope I'm wrong.
Because they're talking about canceling the NCAA football already. So,
bro, they're going to cancel Major League Baseball, and then the NFL is going to get canceled, and then you're going to see people are going to start to go postal.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope you're wrong.
Me too.
The one thing that I do kind of hope that happens, though, is, and you're starting to hear about it a little bit, is they're talking about doing a 3-month mortgage / rent freeze, and that would be amazing to me.
Yeah.
Let's get that shit on the road. Like a freeze where it's just like, hey, nothing's going on. It's like basically time stops.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be amazing. So
well, that would certainly help you, get back on your feet, and it would certainly help to. I mean, plus with the stimulus checks that are coming out and people's tax returns and all. I mean, it's. Yeah. But I don't know, man. This is like.
Well, that stimulus
like
check.
Nothing.
That's a drop in the bucket, man, for most of these people.
Oh, it is. It is.
That's not helping.
No,
I mean it helps, but it's not gonna. It's just putting a small Band-Aid on a very big wound.
Sure. I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do, man. This is unprecedented, really. So
absolutely. I honestly feel bad for the people in government because, it doesn't matter who was in there. It could have been anybody. They're going to struggle with this situation. So.
Yeah, exactly. I think the most of the criticism really now with anything I'm hearing with going towards Trump is them basically saying stuff like, he acted in the beginning like it was nothing. It was just going to, the weather's going to warm up and it's just going to go away.
Sure.
And then, I mean, you could argue maybe he could have hopped on it sooner and took it a little more seriously, but I don't disagree. Where we're at now, it's like, what the fuck else could you do?
Well, at this point, what does it matter? But if you're looking back and we're going to play revisionist history kind of stuff, it's like, I've looked into it a little bit. I'm not the foremost expert in it, but supposedly he was just going off the base of what the doctors were telling him.
Right.
I don't know if that's true or not. There's people talk about he lies all the time, and maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But
listen, dude, for the people that hate him, they're going to find just another reason to hate him. Really, this is just another thing. He just, And not even to get political. I mean, it's not a hate or like thing for me with this. This is just like it's like nothing I've ever thought you'd ever see. I mean, this is insane to be told that, you can't go out and you can't gather in groups of more than 10. And, you got these fucking, I'm going to the grocery store and they got lines that are like a certain distance apart. I guess they're 6 feet apart, essentially. You got to stand in the line. Like, the one grocery store had it like where it directed it where like if you went down one aisle, you had to continue that way and go another way. Like they didn't even want people intersecting.
Right.
It's kind of insane. I took my dog to the vet the other day. They had people standing outside with all their gear on, ventilators and shit. And this is for a fucking right. And I'm like, so we had you're here. Okay. So they call into the place and they tell them that we're here. Go park over there. Your dog's name. Yeah. They call us on the phone. They say, you're here for what again? It's like, we tell them. They sent a runner out to get the dog, which is a 90-pound girl, and my dog's 110 pounds, right? And I'm like, let me help you get him out of the car. They don't really want that. Well, you're not going to be able to get him out of the car, and I'm in an SUV, and if you drop him and hurt him, I'm going to be pretty pissed. So
sure.
I don't know if you need to move away or whatever, but like I'm getting him out of the fucking car. So I get him out. She's like, okay, that's fine. Take the leash and go in. The lady calls me and she's like, okay, I think we got great news. I mean, this is bizarre, man. Like, no, it just completely bizarre. I'm talking to the ophthalmologist in my car in the parking lot.
Jeez.
So she gave us good news, but it was still bizarre.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Well, it's just all right. So, do you ever listen to any of these podcasts? One of them I listen to is Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I love his shit. I'm into the aliens and the conspiracies.
Well, today he had one about looks like
lady.
Sorry,
I had a reconnect. Oh, now he comes back and he interrupts this deep conversation we were having.
I just had a reconnect. I'm using Wi-Fi. I always use Wi-Fi, but I don't run a cable now. I had to run a cable. I don't know if you know what that means. Hardlining. I'm hardlining it now. I don't know if you know. I'm sure you know what that means, right? Hardlining it.
Absolutely.
Well,
yeah.
That's not a big technical term, Joe.
I'm just making sure you're doing a hard. People might not know what.
Yeah, we don't need an IT degree to know what hardlining is, man. Come on.
Okay, so what is it then? Tell me.
It's when you take your Ethernet cable and you take it from the internet to the modem to the computer.
Well, there you're wrong. It's not called the internet. It's called the modem. Yeah, you're right.
Get out of here.
Yeah, from the modem which carries the internet. Yeah, that's what. So I see it works. It's still kind of shaky. So I'm thinking it's gonna help a little bit, but I think it's just so many people are online right now out here in this. I'm gonna have to call tomorrow and boost the service up. I guess.
Is this live by any chance, or is this like a recording?
No, it's live.
It is live. Okay.
Why?
I wasn't sure because I can't tell I'm using my phone. It doesn't say whether I'm live or not, so I wasn't totally sure.
No, you're live.
Okay.
We've got at least 20 girls waiting for you to take your shirt off. I keep telling them no. But I was talking to Philly Joe about Joe Rogan, and he had a scientist on today.
And yeah, Dr. Something. I saw that, right? I didn't see the whole thing, but how was it?
It was pretty good. I've only watched half of it. And but Joe got into this situation where he's like, if there's a way that you're going to take over the world, this is it. Because you get the government involved and everybody's like, we need help, and we're looking at the government the whole time because there's an invisible enemy. This is the way that you would start doing, rolling in. And then he says, I'm not saying that this is happening, but if I was going to do something, this is the way I would do it. So I don't know. Interesting. What's y'all's take on that?
Well, that to me that makes sense. I mean, this is how you would do it. I mean, you would if you can't see what you're fighting and you don't know what you're fighting, man, this is a way to do it. You're getting people off the streets.
You know what? When Philly just coughed, I thought right away, because if anybody coughs, I think Corona and you're sick. So
no, that was just a bad hit.
Well, I think we should do. I think we should add some levity to this whole morbid situation. Let's take a bet. Who sees? What are the odds of who gets Corona first among the top 3 SGD members here, me, you, and Jared. I mean,
I'm going to hope you don't.
Why not?
I'm just going to put it out there. I hope you don't get it because we might only have 2 members after that. If you get
I'll tell you this. Like I tell you this, that's why I'm in my new location. So I'm out in the boonies. I went to DEFCON 4.
Yeah, he's in the underground bunker.
Oh, you know what, dude? I was like, yeah, I knew something was different, but like I don't need to point you out. Yeah, you're totally in a different spot.
Yeah, we're different, like 2 hours away from my house. About 5 acres. Just it's the underground. It's like no neighbors basically. It's near. It's a city I told David. It's near Victorville. It's called Apple Valley. So I'm out here way out in Apple Valley.
Okay.
It's. I mean, there's on normal days you don't see anybody. So now, we just the neighbor gets the food. He gotten food for us. We put it in the storage and we're ready to rock and roll for 2 months.
So he's in an underground bunker, unlimited Cheetos and hot dogs.
Yeah, you look like a guy that would live in an underground bunker. I gotta say, not at all.
So just got to keep my internet going. The internet's
So when you do your videos now, how are you going to say it? So instead you can't say I'm live from LA.
No. Live from
bunker.
Live from
my coffin.
Live from Area 51. So yeah. So I mean, my to be honest, my chances are really low. I mean, and not just saying that, but I'm not. Yeah, it's because of my mom. She's 70, so I came out here to her house. Yeah. So we're just gonna buckle down, and she, So
yeah,
that's it. I just we're not coming out till like 60 days or whatever. I mean, but yeah, it's just scary shit out there.
Just make sure you follow the president's guidelines on social distancing, then you'll be safe.
I disagree with that because if you touch stuff, I mean, what the heck are you gonna do when you start touching things? I was at the market, before we got up, we stopped by the market, to get supplies for up here, and there was people touching stuff and then eating. I think somebody had put a picture on the chat that some guy had gloves up, and then he opened a bag of chips. Same thing. People were eating fruit in the market, so you got it. I mean, the whole point is if you're wearing gloves, is you leave the.
It's probably worse.
Yeah.
If you want it from a nurse's perspective, because I asked my wife that exact same thing. I'm like, what do you roll? Because she's not wearing that. She's like, listen, if you got to go to those places, your best bet, you bring some sanitizer with you. She's like, as soon as you get be conscious that you're not touching your face and shit, but do your due diligence. And then as soon as you get out of the supermarket, sanitize, wash your hands, and just be mindful of that. She's like, the gloves and the masks, all good in theory, but exactly what you said, dude. You're going to go around and touch everything, and then unbeknownst, or you're just going to touch your face and not even realize you're doing it because it's just a normal movement. So,
what about gargling sanitizer? Is that a thing?
Yeah, start drinking it.
So
you might be drunk. You might catch a buzz. That's funny though.
Yeah, so it's crazy.
The little sanitizer dispensers out there. The one I can't stand is the one that it looks clear, and you put your hand under there, and it turns into this white bubbly mess. I hate those, man. I like the gels. It's the clear. It actually feels like it's clean in your hands.
Oh, now you're a hand sanitizer connoisseur.
Oh, I'm a snob all the way when it comes to that stuff. I'd rather just not have that other shit. So
I just use regular bleach with water, just if I need to.
Bleach.
I don't care. Let it burn. Let it. I swear, I have a bottle right here that I just spray. I just let it spray. There you go. My
aftershave.
He's using Clorox as cologne.
Hey, it works, bro. I mean.
Yeah.
It smells like a fucking, like when you go inside a cafeteria and they clean it.
I love it.
It's just clean.
I got it. I got
the 3-step combo here. I
on.
I have Lysol, Clorox. I swear to you, And then what I do is I'm like, whenever I want to touch my face now, I don't touch my face. I spray it like this, and I go like this, and I touch my face.
Oh, God.
I swear to you, I'm just telling you what I do.
Well, all right, so we're gonna have to write him off the list because he's not getting this coronavirus.
I swear that's what I do. I mean, I have like about 18. Yeah, then I have my mask back here. So I'm taking it serious because again, I have a 70-year-old mother that is now got to take care of. So it's serious shit, So that's why. But again, if I'm here for a week, there's no germs. But my mom thinks that when you open the door, the germs might fly in. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna spray around here.
Like he's washing his face with Lysol.
Yeah, so a bad after effect. I'm getting some dry skin. Really
Yeah.
dry.
No,
You won't have coronavirus, but you'll have a tumor.
Yeah, so I mean that's what that Lysol, bleach, and Windex are the 3 combos I use. But yeah, I mean that's how when I went to this.
I love it.
I just
So
carry
look,
that-
I
carry
got
that stuff
Lysol
around.
here, Joe. It's a violation of federal law to use this product in a manner inconsistent with its labeling. I don't.
He's gonna get he's going to jail because he just put that on fucking camera.
Hey, but he'll be
Look,
clean.
those-
He'll be clean as a motherfucker, though.
Those aerosols are weak, man. You gotta get the liquid right on your hands, in between your fingernails. You gotta get everything. I mean, hey, you know what? It works. I ain't gonna catch the germ. So yeah, my odds are I'm like a minus. I'm a minus 800. I'll get it. So I don't know. I'm cool with that. You know, I'm serious. I just, you know, I mean, that's what it comes down to. That's why I'm a little hesitant going to Vegas, but maybe Vegas has less cases. Actually, I was talking to a buddy of mine over there because once this cold thing clears up, I want to get down to Vegas and kind of just it's just gonna be like we're gonna have so many sports. I'm gonna need at least 30 TVs to watch everything going on.
I hope so because I can't wait, man. I wish they could just tell us what day we're getting back, and then I can just look towards that date and move on.
Now, to be honest, the recent, because I watch, that's all I do is watch the news, the internet. The recent updates have not been that promising. I mean, it almost sounds like we're not going to have sports this year, to be honest. The way they.
That's what I thought.
Especially with the president now saying that this is going to get a lot tougher before it gets back. So I mean, I don't know. I just at this point, I mean, they'll come back eventually, but hey, what are we going to do with no?
Didn't he say we're in for a lot of pain coming?
Yeah, his exact words is that was Trump, who is usually very optimistic. Right. Yesterday he was pretty grim on that. So
they told him he couldn't open up for Easter. He's like, "Fuck it, nobody." If I feel this way, make everybody mad or mean.
Yeah. So on a serious note, it's gonna get ugly. I mean, a lot of people are gonna die, and I mean, it's just you gotta just take care of yourself. I mean, because again, if you get it, I mean, it's kind of like a Russian roulette. It might hit you, it might not. There's some people like that the guy Chris Cuomo, the guy on CNN, he has it now. His brother Mario is the governor of New York. I don't know. He's kind of like the new face of this coronavirus.
Oh, but the actual governor doesn't have it. Just his son.
No. His brother. His brother. Yeah. The guy comes on CNN. Him.
Yep.
So he's at home. And he looked pretty bad. But I mean, he might get through it. I don't know. I mean, so people are getting through it. That's what we forget, that there's so many people recovering from it also. But that's not highlighted as much as the deaths. Like today, what was the big highlight? Almost 1,000. I think it was 1,000 deaths today.
It was over 1,000.
Yeah. So I mean,
here I'll tell you the exact number: 1,049.
Yep.
And tomorrow we'll have over 1 million cases across the world.
Damn. I'm waiting for that million mark.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's tomorrow.
But look, to be honest, like I said, not to go conspiracy, I think China is not really being as honest with their figures. I think you think about. I was telling my mother about this. They have their country's like how many billion people, and we've already surpassed them on the cases and deaths, or not all cases.
Yeah, 1.1. We've done it on both, I believe. 1.1 billion.
I mean,
it's pretty likely they're not being honest about it.
I mean, is there a possibility that they're just kind of fudging the numbers, just not? I mean, I don't know. That's what I think. But again, at this point, all we're worried about is just getting back to normal with these therapeutics, maybe some type of concoction that hopefully, they could come up with that kind of minimizes the pain here for people.
Well, let's break this down. This is how you know China's not telling the truth. If you go to a Chinese buffet, there's no way you know for a fact that that's actually chicken. But you just say, okay, it is chicken because it tastes good, and it could be chicken, but it has all that glaze and shit on it.
And on that,
So the thing is it might not be chicken. So
this is terrible. This is terrible.
No, but you make a good point. Yeah, that's why my mom refused to eat out anywhere.
See, we have to point.
It's a good point. You don't know what you're eating. I mean, but that's what happens.
Speaking of
China,
go ahead.
No, so China, I agree with you, is probably lying on the figures for sure. So I mean, the only thing I'm concerned about, and I'm kind of, which have firsthand just go what the media says. Do you really think that they're going back to normal? Because Wuhan, China, which is the epicenter of the whole thing, they're supposedly back to almost normal. People are riding the subways, the buses, of course with masks and gloves, but things are kind of back to normal, and that's the epicenter. However, China did take martial law into the consideration when they shut it down. Like they literally locked that. I mean, literally, you people could not go out even for food. They got food delivered to them. Everybody. So I mean, what do we believe here? I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, I want to believe that, but again, United States is not following that same pattern of the being very, prolific and tightening down. We're kind of half-assing it, to be honest. We got okay, stay at home. I don't know why President Trump just doesn't make it a national. I mean, I don't know if he has that power or what, but
I'm sure he does have the power. But I mean, that's the difference between a communist country and a democratic country like we have here. Is you just can't be like, hey, so when China says, hey, keep y'all ass at home, or we're going to kill you. I mean, that's a real thing.
Yeah. Exactly. The outcome.
Yeah, here it's just not. It's not as doable.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, you're right. Not saying it's not. It is. The government has the infrastructure, but I think you're right. That's what makes it, like today, what Trump was saying about the states. That's what makes our country the best country, where we have that separation of state and federal government, the separation of powers. I mean, so I agree with you. I agree but I mean, it's like a national fucking emergency, though. I mean,
yeah.
I've think about it. This is something nobody has lived through, the way it's going. So what do you do? I mean, I think what the Spanish, I was reading a book on the Spanish influenza. I mean, that killed more people, but again, I mean, we have better technology now to, kind of communicate, stay at home. I mean, who knows, back then people were just fucking dying. They didn't even know an outbreak was going on and they're dying, So at least we got communication, but I don't know. What do you think about that?
It can also be a flip side too, because the more information you get, you're like, I don't believe that stuff. I don't believe that. So, people are always looking to question things. I looked into why this virus is more important. Okay, so I don't know if you remember back in 2009, we had H1N1, which was the swine flu, I believe, and 61 million Americans contracted that thing. 12,000 Americans die, if I'm not mistaken. And life went on here in Houston. Yeah. I mean, there was a run on hand sanitizer, but that was about it.
I remember that. Yeah,
there was none of what we're experiencing today.
There was no sports stoppage, nothing. Yeah.
So I was like, well, what's the difference between that and this coronavirus? And I did research it a little bit, and I guess that with the H1N1, it was they already had I think they call it antivirals, and they were able to get it under control fairly quickly. And if you look at the actual death rate, it was very minuscule compared to the amount of people that were infected. So that's what makes this a little more scary, I guess, and a little more serious, is because they don't have any antiviral medication, and this thing is just as infectious as the rest of that stuff. So, and it's preying on the weaker immune systems in our population. So therefore, if and that's why some of these healthy people are being okay. Yeah. I guess one of the things, though, is it really preys. Or I guess one of the things is your blood type. If you have A blood, you're more susceptible to it than if you had B blood or O blood. Luckily, the majority of people have O blood. I think it's O positive. At least in Caucasians, I think. African Americans, I believe, is A. I think, I'm not sure. I have A positive myself. I don't know if you guys know what you guys have, but
I don't actually.
I hope I don't catch this thing, because apparently it's going to mess up whoever has A blood more than others.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're right. Yeah. I've read something about that. You're right about the blood type. So yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into it. I mean, why some people, I mean, the I guess the underlying factor that we cannot dispute is that old people get screwed more than anything. I mean, that's like the number one. I mean, anybody over 70, you're fucked. I mean, you're just like, if you come out, that's why I'm so surprised reading articles online of 90-year-old woman comes out of it like, whoa. I mean, she recovers from the corona, because that's just it's an exception. You know,
Well, I
it's,
mean, some people just have better immune systems. I think it's what it really boils down to. Because you have to be old, like they say, if you're old and you have an underlying health condition. So, and then the other thing they're saying is diabetes is one of the worst things you can have with this virus. And shit, I would imagine there's a shit ton of Americans that have diabetes. So, luckily I do not have it. I don't know how I don't, but I don't. I did get tested earlier this year.
Yeah.
Joe, I was telling Philly, I'm gonna start working out tomorrow.
Yeah, that's good. We should do a challenge here. Start it today. I mean, you're gonna work out. I did my started one day today, not eating any meat. So I'm not eating any meat for 30 days, not eating any meat. So I mean, I said I'm gonna do it with my mom, and we're gonna do it. I mean, I
like it. Go for it.
What are you giving up then? So apparently we're giving up shit. So
so no meat today. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Well, I mean, I already
you can't give up sports, motherfucker. So
no sports for 30 days for me.
I don't know. I'm not sure what I should give up.
Give up the weed.
Oh.
I did that for like 8 months. That's not a bad one though. That's organic though, isn't it?
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah." I wish you luck on that, man. That'll be interesting. I don't know that I can do that.
I can't give up meat for 30 days. There's no freaking way.
Yeah. I've done it before.
I would eat Funyuns all day long.
No, you can eat. There's tofu, beans, rice, veggies. I mean, that's what we ate today. I mean,
that's gross.
Come on, man. I'm just saying. So no more hot dogs. If I ever go back to Vegas, I think I'm done with hot dogs.
So tofu is disgusting. I've had tofu.
Tofu tastes like nothing. How can it be disgusting? It tastes like anything you put it with. So you put barbecue on it, it tastes like barbecue.
I don't like the consistency of it.
Okay, that's a different thing. It's very rubbery.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I like it. So, but, again, it's acquired taste.
Yeah.
I do like Skittles though.
Skittles?
Yeah, Skittles.
That's yeah. Well, that's not meat, so you're okay.
I can get down with the rice.
Yeah. Rice?
Yeah.
Pastas, you can eat pastas.
So my wife made so she we usually only have one vegetable. I don't know what the hell she was thinking. She put 2 vegetables in there today. And one of them was squash and zucchini.
Oh.
I'm like, what in the fuck? So
right. They would have been sitting on my plate still, probably.
Yeah, I waited for one of the kids to create a diversion. I'm like, threw it away. I'm like, I'm done.
Wow.
Maybe why I'm having to have a talk in the mirror on why I need to get back in shape.
That's all good, man. We all have our places.
Yeah. I mean,
but Joe is a closet vegetarian, so
vegan.
Oh, he's a vegan.
Yeah, I'm not going to eat any animal product. Basically, what I'm doing no animal product for 30 days. That's what that's my challenge. To my mom, we're going to do that. Just again, I've done it before. I had like a year that I did it. 2 years ago, I did it for a whole year. And it was all right. And then I dropped off and get back. But it's once you start doing something for like 15 days, it kind of becomes a habit.
Yeah.
Just forget it.
So it's like no milk or anything, right?
No milk. Yeah, I don't drink milk anyways. I just drink almond milk anyways. I don't like regular milk. It's kind of lactose intolerant, so I don't drink that. Yeah. So that's no ice cream. No cheese. Nothing that comes from animals, sir. So 30 days. We'll see how skinny I get. Yeah, but it's just something. I mean, it's just something to do while you're here. It's a challenge. I mean, it's it's easy because my mom doesn't eat meat anyway. She's been a vegetarian for a long time, so now she's just gonna not do any animal product. So I mean, that's it. Let's see what happens.
Nothing wrong with that, bro.
More.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like a bad habit, So
no, it's awesome.
Switching probably to tea. I've been switching to tea instead of coffee because I drink coffee. But we'll see. But I mean, got to do something healthy. I mean, with these, if you don't take advantage of these 30 days or now 2 months that we're locked in and don't make any changes in your life, I mean, that's kind of like, I think that's, you're like, you have like a big pause right now to work on shit that you haven't been able to work on. I mean,
agreed.
So that's what I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a God, not to bring religion, but giving us a shot to say, hey, Get your shit together, people. It's crazy, man. Just
So-
crazy shit.
All that being said, when's the last time any of y'all been to a Chinese buffet?
Oh my
Chinese
gosh.
buffet, a little while. I've had Chinese food in the last couple of months though. Yeah, there's a really good Chinese buffet actually not far from me, and on the regular, I used to go and get it quite a bit because you could load up on the takeout and come home with like $10, and the thing would be like 2 meals worth of shit. But but yeah, I haven't been to one recently, unfortunately. But that's not something I'm opposed to.
Joe?
You know what? I think about 2 months ago we had like some Chinese takeout. Not a buffet though. I don't really do buffets. Period. I just like Chinese takeout.
Sure.
I just
I haven't been to a Chinese buffet in years. I can't even remember the last time or where it was at, but it's been. I'm telling you, it might even be 10 years. But
Oh yeah.
I've had Chinese food probably 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Now I do like Japanese food. It's similar, but we get sushi. We actually had sushi yesterday. For my birthday yesterday.
Yeah, that's
right. The birthday sushi.
I don't know. Sushi, like it has to be the right type of sushi. I didn't eat sushi for the longest time, and then one time if you ever gotten to the point where you were so hungry, you're like, fuck it, I'll eat literally anything at this point. Even if I don't like it, I'll eat it. So it was that where it was like I was starving and the only thing around was sushi, and I was like, I'm just gonna fucking try it.
You like it?
And it was a tuna roll, I guess. And I was like, oh, this is actually way better than I thought.
Those are the best, man.
But that's what I was told. I was like, if you were ever going to try something for the first time, that's probably the one you should have. And then I had one. It was like salmon with like I think it had like some kind of cream cheese or something in it. That was really good.
Yeah.
But then I've had some that I just thought were horrendous. So I don't know. I'm a little indifferent with it.
Yeah, my go-to is a spicy tuna roll.
That sounds decent.
Yeah, it's good, man.
The seaweed or whatever kind of like it skews me out a little bit.
Oh, okay. I don't mind that. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I got to be honest. It was better than I really would have expected.
Joe, when I went to Vegas, when I met you, that was my first meal in Vegas. It was actually sushi. At wherever we met you at.
I think we lost him, bro.
That's that sushi place you guys went
Oh,
to.
he's there.
Not right here.
Oh, I thought
that sushi place.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Southway, wasn't it? Yeah.
It sucks, man. I would be much rather willing to talk about sports, but ain't much out there.
No, there isn't. None at all, actually. Oh well, what are you gonna? It'll get back at some point.
What if it doesn't, guys? What if this is our new normal, where it's just this.
It's just this.
Yeah.
What is this? That would be something else, that's for sure.
The new generation is gonna be like, "What's that orange ball behind you? Is that a?" Yeah, I'm like, "That's a basketball." They're like, "What is a basketball?" It could be the end of mankind as we know it, man.
Well,
yep.
I suppose you can't say never because
they'll come back.
who the hell? I don't know. This is already insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
we're basically it's uncharted territory. Oh well.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess let's go and get out of here. We've been bullshitting for 52 minutes anyway, so.
Okay.
I'm going to go see what the Overlord wants me to do now.
Well, enjoy the Overlord and best of luck on your working out tomorrow.
Man, I hope I do it.
And Joe, best of luck with your diet. That'll be awesome.
Yep. Start today, so I'll keep you dated.
I'm going to continue not to shave until American sports come back.
Yeah? Is that a real thing?
Well, like this part here, like keeping this all clean, I'll do that. But like the actual facial hair part, yeah, I'm gonna let that grow. That could come down to about here. We'll see what happens.
Are you gonna braid it?
Maybe. I mean, I've never had an opportunity to do something like this, so I'm just letting it see what happens. I mean, and then when I have to get back to life again, I'll go back to a normal beard.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, we'll be watching.
Then. See you in Atlantic City.
Enjoy, yeah.
Oh yeah. I guess we got to put that on hold.
All right.
Yeah, well, not unless it cleans up. But yeah, I hear you. But we'll talk soon about it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Good night.
All right, bro. Have a great night.
Peace. See you later. See you.